Hello everybody, this is Debbie and I would like to show you how to make my bracelet, which I've called ZIPADEDODA. It was previewed in part 1 of my introduction to my original design collection as 2S. I think it's a really nice little bracelet for those of you who do not like a very heavy band. This is what it looks like from the side. So let's get going. I think this is my color A. I can't remember how I place them, but we'll call this color A. I'll be using the rose jelly, and for the other part of the zig and the zag is here orange and ocean blue, both jelly. And so my other zigzag color will be green. And finally, for like the neon green here, I will be using yellow. Okay. As you know, we will need a clip, our hook, and our loom set up this way with the two bars parallel to each other and the arrow facing away from you. So we will start out by taking color A and placing it like this, and then we will zig all the way up. Shouldn't take too long because it's just a few bands. It goes really quickly. Okay, and we're done with color A, except that I will probably be using that for the extension, since I placed this band down here, which is the first part of my extension. Now you'll take your second color B and zag. And of course this is a zigzag design, but I've noticed several have used zig or zigzag or ziggle zaggle or ziggy wiggy and whatnot, so I had to come up with a little something different. ZIPADEDODA. Hopefully, I don't think it's a copyrighted word. I remember from my very, very young childhood that was from Mary Poppins, which I don't particularly like, but you know, in the 60s there wasn't a whole lot of things going on, so it was much more exciting back then than compared to some of the things today. Okay, so there you have the first two colors. Now the third color, color C, is, I thought it was a band placement that I had come up with it, but I have since seen it done with the Monster loom. I've seen some do it with the hook, but I'm not that coordinated. So you start by placing the band like this, and then reach and pull over, and then reach and pull over. Now you can do that with your fingers, or if it's easy to stretch, you can go like this. Except that while I'm pulling it, I take it and I twist it so that it's around like that. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one, except you kind of need to, really need to hold these down, because when you reach to take this off and twist it, this one especially pops off. So we're going to keep doing that up the side. This is the most tedious part of the band placement, but we only have, I think, what is it, 12 to do, so it won't take too long. I've incorporated this in other bracelets using more bars, so that can definitely take a longer time. And then we grab this and twist it. And some colors have more elasticity to them. Again, we place it over diagonally. Oops. And then take this one and pull it over this post. And this one, as you take it over, you turn it so that it wraps around. And holding this down for security, you twist that. And we're just going to keep going. Fortunately, the looping back is very simple. Just go up with one color and up the other, and then place your extension. And we're done. And those of you who can figure out how to do this using your hook, then go for it. I think maybe I have a little bit smaller fingers, so this might be why it's easier for me to do. I know if my husband tried this, which I'm sure he wouldn't, there would be no way he'd be able to grab these little bands. I wish I could tell you what video I saw where they place the bands like this and use their hook doing it. I want to think Claire's wears, but I'm not sure. But she's very clever with some of her band placement and looping techniques. Okay, we're almost done. You do have to make sure you get a good hold of that because it does want to slip out of your fingers. Oops. Okay, and one more of color C. In this case, it's yellow. The yellow is definitely easier to work with than other colors when it comes to doing all that stretching and twisting. Okay, now I like to take my band for my cap, twist it around once, and stretch it out. Place it over your first post or peg, and then pull it over the other one. It's so much easier in the fingers. Of course, what I did with the yellow bands was not easy, or you can do this, double it up and place it over if that's easier for you. Okay, now we're ready to turn it around so that the arrows are pointing towards us. Grab our hook, and in this case, the green going this way is on top, so we're going to loop the greens first. So you have to reach in between the yellow and the pink, and make sure you go all the way down to the bottom and grab the green. And we are just going to zip up glue and, oh no, don't do that. Okay. made a boo-boo there. Hate when I do that. You start pulling up the wrong band, especially on the more complex designs, and then you're all messed up because you lost track of where your bottom band is. It's caught up in the other bands above it. And you usually have to start over. I don't like to do that, but sometimes we have to. Okay, that was color B, and now we're going to reach down and do the exact same. Make sure you reach down to the bottom inside the peg and grab pink or whatever color you chose. This only takes 3 or 4 minutes to loop back, maybe even that. The only timely and difficult part, of course, is placing those yellow bands, and it's not really hard, it's just kind of hurts the fingertips a little bit. Okay. And now, as you all will know if you've watched my other demonstrations, I have a 6 1/4 inch wrist, so I use a total of 8 extension bands. I have one here already, and then the cap is another one. So I already have 2 on the loom, so I only need 6 more, and I like to do it 4 on one side and 4 on the other. That way the little clip is on the very underside of my wrist and not off on the side. So I pull this one out, I hold it, I reach in and grab the other end, and then I slip this end that I'm holding on top. And try keeping as little tension as possible because this will be easier. Turn your hook so the B part is down. Put on a band. Very gently work it through. Let me see, I'm getting lost here. And this is something that definitely you get better with practice. And then place the other half of that band on top. I used to do this with my fingers, stretching those 2 out, and then, you know, like when you make a single chain with your fingers, but it makes the bands a little messier looking. Okay, so that's my 4th, and since I do not like pulling my bracelets off my loom for having this secured, thus risking unraveling, I do this. Now, these are on rather tightly, so I like to use a very inexpensive crochet hook and use the smooth end. And I just go down very quickly. I mean, you can try using your hands, but this one's a little tight, and my hands suffer a lot of pain presently, so I really don't have the tolerance for that much suffering. So thank goodness for tools, right? That's why we as a species is considered so brilliant, because we know how to make tools and use them better than the monkeys even, huh? Okay, we're almost done here. I really like this color, these colors. Pull it out. And so I was right, the pink is on the outside, which is what I wanted. Okay. And then to finish my extension, I do it as most of you have seen others do it, except that I am just placing 3 bands here. I could even do 4. It would fit a little looser on my wrist. And then you take the cap on the, and you stretch that out, pop it, ouch, sorry, pop it over the last peg that you have a band on, hold it stretched out so that you can reach in with your hook and loop these up as in a single chain. Hold it down so it doesn't pop off. And you don't have to do it again. And then I finagle the little clip around so I can hold it like this. Stretch these out nice and taut. Pop the clip on, pull it off, and there you have it. Very cute, very light on the wrist. Zippity-doo-dah. Thank you so much for watching, and like me if you enjoyed this demonstration and like this bracelet design, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.